me. Let me give you a simple illustration. You remember Jesus told us, he said that you cannot serve two masters, right? You cannot serve God and serve what? Mammon at the same time. What is mammon? Mr. M, right? Money. You cannot serve God and serve money at the same time. Okay? You can only serve one true God. And a lot of time, we look at serving God as a Sunday duty. We come to worship, so we are serving God, and we religiously coming here. But we need to eat, right? We need to have money, right? So what do? I go out and start to serve mammon. I have to serve money. I will use all the tricks, all the scheme, and worse, sometimes even than the world standard, in order to grab some more, right? And so I can become rich. And then when I come back to church, I can be very proud because I can offer more, right? And God said, no. The reason you do this is because you do not know me. He said, he's telling the Jewish people, you thought, you receive all the blessings is from Baal. Therefore, you worship me and you worship Baal at the same time, and you thought Baal gives you all the blessings. He said, no, you do not know me because you do not know. It is I who have given you the grain, the new wine, and the oil, and even lavished on you gold and silver. God is saying, I am capable of blessing you. I am capable of giving you all the wealth. And it is actually I, not Baal, that has given you all this. So a guy was kind of scolding Israel with a very harsh word. He said, people when other women do the prostitution, they receive money, but you are paying others to do the prostitution. And then God is saying, I give you all the money, all the grain, all the oil, and then you use that to worship Baal. And thought was Baal that give you all the blessings. So, it is a very, very interesting thing when God tells us that He is able to bless us, if we know Him. It is because of the love. And if He already given us Jesus Christ, His only Son on the cross, all the things in this world He is willing to give to us. So we should not have to, do like worship God and worship Mammon at the same time. Okay, and so the third lesson, third illustration that Paul tried to tell us is that it is the love. It is love, so that it is through love that we can fulfill the law. It is through love that we can fulfill the law. There's two things. The first one is 1 Peter 3:6. It says that the Sarah calls Abraham like Sarah who obeyed Abraham and called him her master. Okay, and then the second one is Mark chapter 12 verse 28. There was a scribe and he asked Jesus. He said that Lord, which is the greatest commandment? And Jesus told him, he said, you should love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind, and with all your strength. And the second is this, love your neighbor as yourself. And you will ask me, well, Pastor, what do these two scriptures have in common? Let me explain a little bit. They were asking Jesus, what is the greatest commandment? And basically Jesus' response was, the 10th commandment is the greatest commandment. But Jesus, he said, well, if you truly want to obey the first 4 commandments, that is toward God, he said, you have to love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, all your mind, and all your strength. Until you do that, there's no way you can keep all the commandments. You know, we just give you the example of Hosea and Gomer, right? Unless you truly love God, otherwise you will not be able to worship God and not worship Mammon. And then you know, a lot of times, do you remember we tell people, you know, I'll tell you, my promise is true. I will not cheat on you, and you know, I'm a Christian. I never lie. Okay. Now, if you use that just as a plank, or if you use that just for a word to gain people's belief, and then you didn't keep your words, then you are, in a way, you are using God's name in vain. So unless you truly love the Lord, otherwise there's no way you can keep His word. And then he said, then the next is love your neighbor as yourself. You know, if you want to truly keep the following 6 commandments, which is respect your father and mother, and then do not kill, do not murder, and then do not commit adultery, and do not make false testament, and do not steal, and do not covet. Okay, these 6 commandments. If you want to keep it, then you need to love your neighbor as yourself. Let's last few Sundays ago, I was in Diamond Bar and preaching in this Bread of Life church, and they were just coming back from Encounter retreat, and there was a testimony by a sister whose last name was Wang Jiemei. And then Wang Jiemei, she was giving a testimony, and I thought that illustrated so well. And then, you know, Encounter retreat, the first name was talking about the love of the Father, the love of Heavenly Father. And then for this particular sister, she said that when she grew up, she had an absent father, so she does not see her father all the time. And besides, her father and mother didn't get along too well, and so all the kids were kind of sided with the mother, and then try to take the vengeance of the father. Okay, and so one day, so he thought that, you know, God will certainly comfort her because of her father, you know, wasn't really responsible, during that prayer meeting, God showed her a picture, and it was very interesting. At other time, God can do this, kind of show her a picture. And then in that picture, there was only one person, and that was her father, and with a very remorse, very sorrowful eyes, and was sitting there. And that picture instantly brought her back to that scene, and that was during her school years. That one day she had to call home and to get something from home, and then happened to be her father picked up the phone, and that's very rare. So her father was asking her, well, how are you? Do you need something? And can I help you? And then it is like grabbing this opportunity, she just kind of put all the vengeance on him and said, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you. And he said, well, can I help you? Something that I can do for you. And she said, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to mom. And so the dad was very, couldn't do anything, so just hang the phone over to the mom. And God just reminded her of that picture. And then suddenly, the love of the Father kind of flowed inside of her. She started to see why there was always a block in her life that could not keep couldn't allow the love of her Heavenly Father flow to her. And then it is because of the love suddenly kind of welling up inside of her that she started able to respect the Father. You know, her father was already dead. And then, but even though that picture enabled her start to relieve, you know, inability to